hello.
Hello.
I am so dressed up today. My hair is in a ponytail, wearing a t-shirt, and I
feel
have
like we coordinated
I
today.
don't even have a real cup. I have a styrofoam cup.
I do kind of feel like we did coordinate a little bit today. Let's wear our t-shirts and pull our hair back.
Yeah, I got Sprite. I got on Sprite today.
I have Old Navy Rise Up.
Oh my god, I haven't bought an Old Navy shirt in ages.
Yeah.
I used to buy them all the time, especially for like different times of year. You know, like 4th of July. I mean, I always had a 4th of July Old Navy shirt.
Yep. Yeah,
Can't remember the last time I bought one.
Yep.
Old Navy used to be the only thing we could find close to us when we were at St. Jude. But their clothes are so weird. Like I would wear a 2 in some shorts and like a 6 in others. I'm all okay. This is weird.
Yes.
They're not sized right or something.
It is. It's just like the different cuts that they have. It all. I'm the same way. I still to this day. Now, I'll be honest with you. I think the only reason why I go into Old Navy and to end up with Old Navy t-shirts and sweaters and jeans is because I have kids. And so we go to Old Navy because I have kids. And it's like, let's go get you some cheap t-shirts from Old Navy. Hi, SM. and then I'm in there. I'm in there and I'm like, oh, look, this t-shirt's really cute. I have found, though, you only get like 4 washes out of an Old Navy t-shirt.
Yeah.
And then it's like stretched out or doesn't look right. Or then you start to get the little tears in it.
I always made them sleeping shirts. Like I slept in them. I can't believe, man, they gave me like all ice and no drink. Why do you do that? Chick-fil-A, don't be cheap. I buy stuff from there all the time. Don't be cheap.
Stop being cheap, Chick-fil-A.
Right?
This
shit's expensive. Like, at least don't short me, okay?
Right. See, I like a lot of ice because I like to, after I bring the cup home.
I do like a lot of ice, but I'm pretty sure if I crunch ice on here that y'all will be really annoyed with me if I do that.
Sort of like when I leave you messages with my mouth full.
Yep, and she's just crunching away in the background. I'm like, girl.
I just want to tell you, this is the best egg roll I've ever had. It's delicious. It's so good.
Oh my god.
All right, so
I did not cover the last episode of 90 Day. I never even got around to it because just a lot's been going on. I've been busy and things have been crazy. But I do have to address, like, there was a situation with, can't think of their names, Kobe and
I don't have my cheat sheet with me too.
Where's Minnie when we need her?
I
can't think of
the girl's name. Call Minnie.
They have the baby, Coben. I remember the guy's name, Emily. I think her name is Emily.
Okay.
And I will be honest, because I didn't talk about this because I didn't even talk about that. But the only thing I took out of that whole episode is the fact that she was breastfeeding in front of the dad, the whole family.
Oh, yeah.
And, she's got the boob hanging out and she's sitting there, like pumping and whatnot, or breastfeeding, whichever one. And I think he was a little bit kind of bothered by it, going, well, where'd they come from? You don't breastfeed past a certain age. This kid's like got teeth now. I mean, I don't care. I'm not going to hate on anybody for how long they want to breastfeed. If he wants to walk up after kindergarten and come suck on the teeth, then let him have at it.
Right.
But I personally would not be showing my breasts. I wouldn't have them hanging out in front of my parents. That's just me.
True. Yeah, I can understand that.
That's my opinion. And the dad was very adamant about, I thought the dad was too involved in their conversation. That should have been a conversation between him and her, because they're the ones getting married, and dad should have stayed out of it. That's my thoughts on that one.
Isn't he the one who said, which I love, hi, Nikki. I love. Isn't he the one who said, "I don't want to be sharing a breast"?
Yes,
with my
son. Yeah. He did say he didn't want to share. He didn't want to share the boobs. He really doesn't want to. I did get that part too. I'm kind of like, well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Right. Yeah, at this point, he probably doesn't want to do anything with them because they still have breast milk. So
no, because remember they had that night together, and then there was probably some leakage issue going on there. I'm sure, because hello.
Girl, you
He's
need
probably
to
like, hello, those are my boobs.
Yeah, got to dry the girls up for your man. He's here now. I mean, I know you want to keep breastfeeding, but it's
he's
time to dry
over
them.
it, girlfriend. He's over it. Like, let the boob be for, of course, now that there's all this shortage on,
breast milk
formula.
Right. She's actually like, hey, I'll sell you some breast milk.
I was gonna say she might be the only one that is able to feed her child right now. This is crazy. But this week's episode,
so glad I don't have that issue right now.
I wasn't able to with my first one. Lord, that child would have starved. But that was back in the day. Do you remember back in the day when, well, I don't know if your children are old enough for this, they used to give you a shot to dry up your milk?
No. I had no shots.
They did because, I mean, my milk never came in anyway. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to feed her this, like, formula, whatever. I mean, I was like 19. I didn't know that there was any health benefits. Hello. I wasn't even old enough really to be having children.
Yeah. And my experience with breastfeeding was that, what is it? The La Leche Club or something that came into the hospital. They were the hippie moms that insisted that breastfeeding was the best. And they would come to me all the time. Have you done anything? Have you done anything? And this is when we found out that I had I'm allergic to like Vicodin and all of the sets. And my head was pounding. And I remember this little pushy lady that was trying to insist that I needed to breastfeed. And I was like, lady, if you do not get out of my face, I am going to
don't come in here trying to push this kid on my teats right now. Like, you got to go.
I'm like, my head is pounding and I'm going to kill you. And so she left. And when the nurse came, because obviously she said something to the nurse, because the nurse comes in and she's like, is everything okay? And I'm like, you need to tell, and I know that you're monetized now, but I'm just, what I said, you need to tell the milk bitches to stay clear of my room.
Like, I'm pretty sure bitches is okay to say. But
okay.
Yeah. I would be like the same way. I'd be like, you gotta, it's time for them to go. Like, bye now. It was weird because I found out not too long after that shot that they give you to dry up your breast milk was causing heart problems in all these women. So that's the reason you don't hear about it anymore.
Oh yeah, because they thought they were doing you a favor, and then all of a sudden come to find out. No bitches. Tourists, no bitches, stay away from me. Yeah.
So give me the teat. Hello, Mod 143.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Well, I think it's also different too for me. I did pump for a while, but I always knew that I was going back to work. So
so that makes it a little harder.
Yeah. So I knew that my kids were going to need to be on bottles. So I pumped for as long as I could, and then they ended up going to formula. And I was like,
it's time consuming too, depending on how quickly and whatnot your baby eats. Because I've seen people that breastfeed that are like consistently having to have that baby right here because they take forever to eat, or they fall asleep during eating or whatever. And I'm like, I am not walking around with this kid hanging off my boob. No. We're not playing that game.
Yeah, I
do enough cleaning up after your dirty diaper and your pee-pee and your puke and all this other good stuff. You ain't hanging off my teat all the time, too. That ain't happening.
And by the way, somebody else also needs to be able to get up in the middle of the night and feed you. Right? Sometimes I need to be able to
not that anything that I was ever married to did that.
Oh my God. Oh, my husband.
Nope. Never happened.
You're up. Oh God.
Never happened. He was father of the year.
That sucks. That's so horrible.
Such an ass.
So horrible. I'm so sorry that.
Hello, what does that say? Remix Zero. Oh, cool name. Look at how it's spelled.
Remix.
I like that. Hello.
Zero.
I hope they didn't walk out as we're talking about the boobs. Hello, Queen of O'Hara.
Yeah, that's really funny. Let's not. I hope. Yeah, where's Richard?
I got my. It took me 10 minutes to get out my aggressions from the last show that I didn't cover, which that was really all that I got out of that one anyway. This episode, though, I have a whole lot of really strong opinions about it,
Mhm.
and none of them are good. Like none of them are good. Who
Right.
shall we start with? Who's the most
I don't know.
annoying?
Let's see. SM. So you breastfed for 5 months after you lost your mom and couldn't breathe anymore. Oh, so is it? I guess like
Oh, hello, Eileen.
yeah. So that
That's
stinks.
sad. Oh, because it probably some sort of stress reaction
Yeah,
or
the
something. I
stress
would
that you
guess.
get, right? That it's stress
Aw.
and grief and stuff.
5 months is good though. That's a good
Mhm.
length of time to give them like
Yeah.
that little they need, and it helps with their immune system and
Well, all
now
that
that
stuff
I know
we don't
that,
know
yeah, she
now.
even said I think the stress. Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
what it was. That sucks though.
So full disclosure, Susie, I have watched this past episode, half of the last episode, and all the rest of it I've gotten from what you told me. so, so we're definitely gonna need help with.
It's like a rattlesnake.
You sound just like a rattlesnake.
It's not a rattlesnake.
Just like a
Damn it.
rattlesnake. Well, where you live, it could
I was
possibly
gonna
be
kill
a
two
rattlesnake.
birds with one stone with this
Mhm.
like styrofoam cup in the.
Right. Hello, Christine.
Yeah. Oh, Christina's here. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Okay. So,
All right.
which asshole shall we talk about first?
You know what? They're all assholes to me right now because I haven't watched it long enough for me to
They
be like,
are though.
trouble.
I'm not finding one redeeming quality in anybody right now. Well, I take that back. Shaida, is that her name? Shaida, the one that's bless her heart with Bilal. And I don't want to start with them because, to be honest, they're gonna piss me off, and I want to start the show that way.
You don't want to start the show angry.
Nope,
All right,
I'm gonna start it mad.
Let's go with the person you're least pissed off.
I'll tell you who we'll start with. We're gonna start with this little boring couple, and just get them out of the way because I can't.
Gotcha. All right.
I like, and it's very obvious that I like Benny much more than Ari because I literally only have one picture of Ari.
Ari,
all of Benny.
God, please.
I like Benny. I like him. Like he's a nice guy. I don't get her.
Poor Benny.
Look at him. He goes, "This is not coffee." He's like the color
coffee.
looks like coffee, but it's hot water.
So which is funny because I've heard that. Hi, Natalie. I've heard.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Natalie. He got his first taste of American coffee, which I didn't realize that we had American coffee. I thought most of the coffee that we get is like Colombian coffee.
But apparently our American coffee sucks.
Hey, Colby.
Hi, Colby.
Yeah, apparently it sucks. Hey, Diamond Girl. And apparently it does not taste very good. But I really do like Benny. There's something about his energy and everything. I just really like him. And bless his little heart. Because let me tell you something. What he has to put up with.
Oh, God.
Bless his.
Nope. He has made sainthood. Sainthood.
Yeah. He should be give this boy a crown or something because here's where they barely got up. He got his lame American like coffee that tastes like hot water, and instantly she wants to bring up. So I'm worried about how we're going to be able to afford this apartment that my parents paid for a whole year lease on, which chances are they paid for the whole year. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, yes.
Hello.
That's what I got. That they paid for the entire year.
I think that they paid for the entire year. Yeah, I don't think they just signed a lease on it and went, "Here you go, guys. We're going to throw you out here to the wolves." Since nobody has a job and they know he can't get a job for quite some time. So I'm like,
Right.
So that's why I'm not believing this part. And I honestly think that this one right here just finds shit to bitch about. I'm sorry, but she's all generally in our relationship. I handle the money side of things. That's because you're the only one that's got money, girl.
Yeah.
He comes from, he's from Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm.
Ethiopia is not known for its wealth. Okay.
Well, yeah. And let's just really be honest. It's not like he can come over here and get a job as an accountant or work in an office or, the things that he's done, he's been in entertainment. Might actually work in his favor in New York.
Natalie, you haven't
Right.
watched. Well, that's okay because a lot of people have.
Hey, that's me and you, Natalie. I watched this episode. So Natalie and I are on the same. Yeah,
That's what I think too, Diamond Girl. I think it's a storyline. I think it
Mhm.
just gives her something to gripe about. Oh, she put money into those lips. Let me tell you, this girl's had a whole lot of face work done, y'all.
She
A whole
has.
lot. Don't
She
you be
has.
bitching about how little money you have, because I see what you've done to your face there, sister.
So let me.
No.
Can I ask you a question? So go with the backstory here with them. I know that Ari wanted to go home, and I know that she wanted her son to be raised here in the U.S. But I
Right.
always got the feeling that Benny did not want to do that. Like he would have rather stayed where he was. Like he definitely did not marry her for a green card. Like we know that was not his
No.
intention. But I mean, was there ever any discussion on what the hell she was going to do? I mean, she had to have had a job before, but I think her job wasn't it going overseas and like volunteering? Like I don't think she had a real paying job before this because that's when she met Benny.
I think you're right. And here's the other thing, even though he does, the dancing and he
Mhm.
talked about on this episode how he wants to get into MMA fighting and all that, he can't until he gets I think do you have to have your green card before you start getting paid here?
You have to have your spousal visa.
Okay,
So,
I knew it was.
yeah,
I knew it was one of those.
Yeah, if he gets his spousal visa, the K-9 application goes through, he can work. He'll get authorized to be able to work in the
Oh,
U.S.
Colby, that is the one thing I could do is get my lips done because I have none.
I will.
I
I'm
can't afford
hoping
it,
to
but
get
if I
them.
could, I would. Let's see. It's. Wait, what? It's on the background.
Colby, I would get my entire body done if I could afford it.
Yeah, I would get a
suck
whole
and
lot
kick
of fat
everything.
sucked out and then some other fat put in.
Right.
So she did.
Oh,
She
so
did.
Donna
She did.
she worked at her dad's office.
She didn't just get her lips done. She got her eyes. She got something done with her eyes.
Mhm.
I don't think she got a nose job, but she has had a lot of work done on her face. This picture isn't even like. This doesn't show everything either. She looks a
Mhm.
lot different since this picture.
Mhm.
That's right. She was working in her dad's office. You're right about that, Diamond Girl. That's
So
right.
why can't she go back to working in her dad's office?
I think he retired.
Oh, so he's not a surgeon anymore.
Yeah, and I read something the other day. Ooh, do y'all want to hear something?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, I want to hear something.
I will remove my camera for this, and let me tell you. Let me tell you what I read. I read that mom and dad have been through some bankruptcy issues, like a whole lot of them.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I was looking up something the other day, and I was like, "What is this? What is all this bankruptcy stuff that keeps popping up?" I was like, "Well, this is not what I was looking for." And I'm like, "Hold on, it hasn't been that long ago either. How does a surgeon go bankrupt? Like, what did you do with your money?"
Malpractice.
Oh,
Maybe something happened and he didn't.
I never
Maybe
even
he
thought about that.
retired because he had maybe his.
Well, he's pretty old though. He's elderly. Wait, let's see if you just froze. Let's see. Is she still frozen to y'all?
Spinning.
There she goes.
I don't know what happened. We were both spinning for a second. So I'm wondering.
Oh, that's right. Natalie had issues too. Her ex was a surgeon. Oh yeah, and he had okay. The mom and dad yeah, okay. Diamond Girl. I knew I was right. I was getting ready to look that up. I'm like, I know I remember reading that, and it was not good. Like
so. Wait. Mom and dad filed for bankruptcy, but mom and dad have now signed a lease on it. Well, maybe that's the whole reason why now in this season, mom and dad are telling her,
yeah, Natalie's right.
You got to get a job. We can't give you any money.
Was it a couple of bankruptcies on your end, Natalie, your ex, or what are we talking about? These two? Because I felt like when I read about them that there was a couple of bankruptcies, that it was not just one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what happened there, but they spend money like they have it. Think about it. I mean, they don't just give her a little dinky ass car to drive that's real cheap. She's got a nice, pretty decent car to drive. Their apartment looks to be okay. But did you notice that when they were driving through the area, she kept reiterating and pointing out to him how expensive this house is and how much this one would be? And, well, this is a really nice part of New Jersey. We live in the nice part. Are they in Connecticut? I thought she
I
said
think they
New
were in
Jersey.
Connecticut.
I think they were in Connecticut, but I think she's from New Jersey or something.
Right.
But I'm like, why do you keep telling this guy like how much money all this stuff costs? So you're putting it in his head that you're obsessed with the whole money situation, which she's already done that. Because the first thing she started talking about when the guy woke up, I'm like, dude, let him open his eyes before you start ragging on him.
Let him drink his sucky American coffee.
Drink your damn hot water, and then, after you have your hot water and you wake up a little bit, then I'm going to tell you how I can't pay for a damn thing, and we got to do something here. I mean, what's he going to do? He can't do anything.
He can't do anything.
Maybe. I must have skipped getting pictures. I know I took pictures of him in New York.
Maybe they shouldn't have moved back. Because from what I understand, like they could afford their lifestyle over there. He was working, even though it was in entertainment, he was still working. He could afford.
But if you'll remember in the beginning, the place that he kept trying to show her that was so nice, and it was like not nice. It was run down piece of crap.
Right.
But then mom got in the picture, and all of a sudden they had a really nice apartment to live in Ethiopia. Yeah. Mama's been paying for stuff for a long time.
But that nice apartment in Ethiopia was probably like what, $400 a month?
Oh yeah, it probably wasn't very much.
And now she's probably paying, $1,500 for
at least. Are you kidding me? At least.
I mean,
yeah. I agree, Natalie. I think she's doing it for the viewers too. I absolutely do. Wait, Dad got me lip injections.
You got lip injections? Look at you. Eileen got lip injections.
Eileen, your dad got you lip injections? My dad's not here anymore, but if he was, I don't think he'd buy me lip injections.
Hey, Eileen, can your dad buy me lip injections?
He probably like, you have my lips. You don't need lip injections. Yes, I do, Dad.
You don't need it.
Yep, paid for the nanny too. That's right, Diamond Girl. Paid for the nanny. Paid for so much. I liked, and I know I took pictures, and I don't know why they're not showing up. But did you see him in New York? Oh, he was like, wow. I mean, he was like a kid in a candy store. I was really getting a kick out of like watching how. I mean, it was so exciting to see his face. He's just like, wow. Everything is so cool. Personally, I've never been to New York. I will get there one day just to visit. But his reaction was everything to me.
Well, people either love it. They can't wait to get there. They want to just experience the city. And then other people get there and they're like, I hate it. Like there's so much walking. I mean, you're definitely not getting in your car and going from the restaurant to the shopping center and stuff like that. It's a lot living in the city, but
I would imagine. And I guess you have to know the areas too.
Yeah, there's a definite vibe. I can see him, and quite honestly, in New York, lots of opportunities to work and get paid under the table.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eileen. I think she was talking. I think she was talking about Ari's dad.
Oh, Ari's dad. Oh, I got it. So, well, then we're on the same page. We're gonna get Ari's dad. We're gonna Ari's dad. Even though we're kind of like
now that I've looked up information about them, I don't know if we want her dad or not because I think he's broke.
Somebody's gonna come and repossess our lips. I don't know if that's a good idea.
I'm around enough broke bitches. I don't need any more of those. I'm one of those myself.
All the stuff out of your lips.
Eileen.
Please catch
Eileen. She must have heard that I busted a tire this week again. Eileen, don't dare ask my friends how many times have I had to buy tires in the last year.
I do not know what is wrong with your.
I don't get it.
I think that you need to go and you need to start delivering like on a scooter or maybe a tank, because I mean you cannot have car tires. It's just
I know.
clear that you have the
It
worst luck with tires.
really, it was very sad because you could put your fist through the side of the tire
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my
on
god!
both sides, and I'm like,
Oh my
what
god!
happened?
It's because your GPS is always yelling at you, and you're not watching the road, and you keep hitting
Well,
big
actually,
potholes.
it was brought to my attention that maybe I was listening to YouTube a little too loud, and I couldn't hear the blump, 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 blump.
Oh my-
while I'm driving down the
Oh my god! How did you not? Seriously! Oh my god!
Ironically, that night I was not listening to anybody on YouTube because there was nothing but a bunch of damn drama. I was listening to the radio and I had it turned down. That's why I figured out. But that's not the only thing. My car wasn't driving right. Hello, I figured it out.
Well, yeah, because now you're like, what is that sound, and why is my car feel like it's dragging?
I'm all, hold on. Am I riding on like the rim of my tire?
Oh my god! I swear, you really,
I
really.
was like a mile. I was a mile away from home. 1 mile, almost
So
there.
close.
I was
So
at
close.
the finish line.
So you were
Wait,
so close.
did you get another one?
You definitely need to go. I
Yes,
think for
Natalie.
you.
I had to buy another one this week.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I really think for you, Susie, that you like. So I go to the dealership and I get my tires, and with that, the dealership with the price of your tire, because they cost more at the dealership than if you go to like Mr. Tire or whatever.
Oh,
but
that's true.
They give you a 1 year full warranty. I could go out right now, take an ice pick,
Yes, another one.
flash all
Natalie.
4 of my tires, call the dealership, and they will replace all 4 of them for free.
Well, I will tell you this.
think you need to do that.
I was looking at, someone sent me something about this. It's like a subscription type thing, or like a monthly payment that you make for people who use up their tires a lot. And thank God this was my old car, because if this had been my new one, ooh, that would have hurt real bad.
That would have been expensive.
It's a thing where you pay like $30 a month, and regardless of how many tires you go through, they're automatically covered. They come, they take care of it. This, that. I'm like, I got to thinking about that. I'm like, I didn't pay that much for that tire because it's an older car,
right?
And I'm like, I don't think that's going to come out to the advantage for me. I mean, I don't plan on going through that many tires a year. However,
how many tires have you been through?
However, I've been through like 3 in the last 6 months. So
I was gonna say, let's just think about this. I mean,
you did that on the Ram too, Eileen.
Oh my God,
I'm so
been on the Rim.
I didn't even notice. Doug's like, "Were you driving on the Rim again?" I'm like, "I don't know."
You're like, I have no idea.
He's like, "You were busy listening to YouTube," and I'm like, "No, it's not." I swear it was not. I wasn't until I was sitting there waiting for somebody to come take care of my tire. And then I turned it on YouTube and I'm all like, oh, sitting here with a flat tire.
Oh my God. That's so funny. Yeah. I don't, the monthly subscription thing. I looked at, like, there's Car Shield, which is like,
it's called Trends or something like that. Somebody was telling me about it. I don't think that's a good idea.
And then like the appliance, like you pay monthly for an appliance warranty. And when you really kind of add up what you pay per month, you have to have like your refrigerator go out for it to actually be worth it. Right. I mean, all you're doing is pretty much banking, putting money in a savings account. So if something happens.
AAA, all they do is like, I have AAA. So if I had to call AAA, say if I had to, which I didn't, because we're right down the street from my house. But if I had to, they don't cover the tire. All they do is like just make sure I get home, right?
Yeah, right.
They don't buy me a new tire, right?
No.
Damn it.
They will put your spare on. You're like, that's all that I'm done.
I have a spare. I have a little donut. Donut tire.
Yeah. So you don't have to do that. You can call them and they'll put the spare on, or they will drive you and take you home. Or they'll tow your car. Like if it's bad enough and you don't have a spare, they will come and they'll pick up your car and they'll tow your car for free wherever you need it to go.
How long it would have taken, because we're like out here, not really. We're kind of out here, away from. We're in a city, but not like right in the middle of it. We're kind of out in the country. We're in the desert, out in the country. For those of you who live out in the country, we're kind of out in the country.
Right. Eileen, I agree with you.
If I see that Car Shield commercial one more time.
Yeah, we're calling the FTC. We're gonna call the FCC. We're gonna call the BBB.
What's the car shield one? Is that the one where the guy runs into the back of the dump truck or whatever? Like the
No,
trash? No.
that's like progressive. Car Shield. You remember
Oh yeah,
Ice-T the
that is
rapper?
progressive.
Yeah, Ice-T the rapper. You might not have Car Shield where you are. Maybe it's just not available. But Ice-T now is the
Okay, Indie
spokesman
Crew, keep talking
for
shit,
Car
but it
Shield.
took you a long time to change
so
that tire. He is out of practice. Mr. Indie Crew, who used to change tires for a living, partly, took a really long time. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to hate on you.
No!
Took you a long, but
Indy, come on!
I
Now
don't
you're
care
gonna have
because
to
he
start
got it done.
timing. Right.
How many seconds, Doug, for 4 tires? Oh yeah, that's a good question, Natalie. I know on the Indy cars, man, I forget, but boy, they were quick because I only got to go before he switched from Indy cars over to a different racing team or whatever. I only got to go to one race. I think it was in Vegas, and I was amazed at how fast that they just like take those tires off and poof, they're off, man. It's like, hello, hi, Forever Young.
Hello, Forever Young.
8 seconds. So like the same time that one of those dudes stays on the bull. So it's like riding a bull, except you're changing the tire. It's probably a lot less hard on your crotch area.
I don't understand how you did not end up in the pit crew, like sitting in the inside, like where the pits are. When you had like
I got to go to I was in the pit. I was in the pits. I got to hang out at the pits, and then I would get to go down and say hello to the guys. And but there was usually somebody that had a really nice suite up above where all the food and alcohol was.
Yeah, that's where you really want to be.
That's where you find me.
Yeah, that's where you really want to be.
Food, alcohol.
You walk down in the pits and you're like, hello, everyone. Hello. I'm going to go up to the suite now. Everybody just assumes that you belong in the suite. We're like, I was just down with the crew. You saw me.
I think my most fun time was when he had there was a race at Napa Valley, and it was my birthday. And I happened to walk past his boss, who was carrying my birthday cake at the time, which, by the way, was gorgeous. They decorated with like the grapes and the vines and all this. It was beautiful. He goes, "You're not supposed to see this." I'm like, I don't care. I'll just say I didn't see anything. And then there's a picture of me. I'll have to share it on here at some point of me picking it up because I'm trying to take a picture of it. I almost dropped the whole entire cake in the floor.
Oh
my hands were covered in cake. It was like,
my God.
Be careful while drinking, while picking up your cake to show it off. Because it's almost a really big disaster. But I love the suites because, man, you can look down and see everything that's going on. I did not need to be in the pits when I could see everything from up above. And at that time, I had a camera where I could zoom in like really. As a matter of fact, I could zoom in so well with my camera that I could read what was on his shoes.
Damn.
That's a badass camera, right?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I've only been to drag racing. I have not been to any of like the NASCAR, Indy. I'm going to drive around in a circle. I have been in just like some of those international, like where it's through the streets, because DC has had that, but that would be an experience. I think that at this age,
it's fun.
I would want to be in a suite.
Yeah. I made the rounds. I mean, every now and then, I usually had a golf cart. If I got access to a golf cart, that was fun.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, my dad and I were racing people in them one time. He was like, he's like, really, Susie? We're just gonna race people in the golf carts? I'm like, dude, yeah.
We're at a race. We're at a race, Dad.
So we're at a race. We're going to race with the golf cart.
Doesn't matter what we're racing. It doesn't matter what we're racing.
Of course I
So now I guess you have to tell me. Now, I've been in the suites at the racetrack with the ponies. Is that like the same kind of suite, or are they a little different?
I think they might be a little different.
Okay.
I'm sure. I think they might be a little different than Because
my guess is a bunch of Italian
race
men.
Cars they don't poop.
Is that NASCAR?
Yeah, race cars don't poop. Wait. Having a lot of fun, ladies. Oh, you had to pick up your dog. Okay, Diamond Girl. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
I know. Somehow we were talking about 90 Day, and I'll be doing
we got to get. Okay, let's get back to 90 Day.
We veered left. Hey, it's her fault. It's her
laugh.
fault. Wait, her fault because she's got the bell and she didn't ring it.
Oh my
Wait, Natalie says I was a NASCAR fan big time. Oh, that's really cool. That's actually
Very
really
cool.
cool, Natalie. That is
Very,
cool.
very cool.
I know when he passed too because I was in my car. We were in a car on the way back from SeaWorld, taking Ashley there. As a matter of fact, that's also when we went to Hotel Del Coronado, and it's the first time I'd ever been there. And on our way back, we got the news, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And then we saw that wreck, and it was not something that should have taken his life, but it did. It's sad.
I only know
was
2 race car drivers. That's Dale Earnhardt or whatever his name is, and then Junior, his son. That's it. That's my extent of NASCAR.
Don't know Jeff Gordon?
Oh, and that guy.
Yeah.
So if you said name 3 race car drivers, I'd be like Dale Jr.
and Jeff Gordon.
And then somebody would go rhymes with Jordan, and I'd be like, oh, the Gordon guy. Yeah, that guy. That guy. The Gordon guy.
Hey, at least you got it. At least you got it, right?
Anybody else, I probably would not. Yeah, I probably wouldn't get it.
Yeah, Doug never really got to go to the suites very often.
Well, he was in the pit.
Oh, I know who Terry Labonte is. I'll never forget. Oh my goodness, all these people. Well, how did we? Okay, so 90-day people. I promise we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back there. We're gonna circle back. We're gonna make a lap. We're gonna make a lap.
We're taking a lap. We're making all the rights. We're doing all the rights. We're taking nothing but rights. So we're coming back to 90 days.
I never get to turn left, do I, Raquel?
You never get to turn left. It's always rights. We're all just making rights. Back to 90 days.
So wait, who are we talking about?
Yeah, we're still on couple number 1. 40 minutes in, still couple number 1.
I only have 5 pictures of him. We still haven't gotten done with this one. Okay, so I like Benny though. I really, really do. And their baby, oh my God, he's so precious. Little Abby, he is precious. One day, just I'm good fighter. He's gonna be a good fighter, and you know what?
I believe it. I think that he would do great in MMA.
I think he will too.
I think that it would pull in a crowd because he's on 90 Day Fiance, and I'll tell you, if he was going to be in an MMA fight that I was going to be in DC, I might try to get the hubby.
Yeah, I don't even like MMA, but I would probably go see it because I like him.
Yeah.
And think about it, he's got the moves.
This is when she took him to the rich neighborhood, and he's like, "Why are you bringing me here?" Like,
yes,
I don't understand why we're here.
Well, and part of the reason though that he said that, if you'll remember, part of the reason that he said that was because she was bringing up how expensive it was to live there. That neighborhood was like everything's very expensive, and she goes, "I'm not sure that we can afford to live here." And he goes, "Well, why did we come here?" So see, it kind of makes sense. It makes sense along with what you said as to why did they move from Ethiopia to here? Right. If she's going to say, well, we can't afford it. I have a feeling that she's got money put back too. I'm not buying it.
And they're also making money off the show. Now they've gotten past that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now they're actually paid actors on the show. So I don't think that they're getting like a ton of money. They're not getting like Sister Wives money or, that kind of stuff or the spinoffs. But
but I tell you what,
they're making
more seasons, the bigger the seasons are that they're into. And they are now in what they were on The Other Way, 2 seasons. Now they're on regular 90 Day. I'll guarantee you they will end up on Happily, and Happily makes good money per episode. Plus, and let me tell y'all this. They do pretty well with their social media. I can tell you from experience, they do all right with their social media. And
isn't she always talking products?
No, but you know what? Those reels that they do, I think you'd be surprised how much revenue they make off of those reels.
Gotcha. All right. Well, good for them.
Yep. I did, Natalie. It was hilarious. That's what I was laughing at. Funny stuff. So I don't know. I really do. I like him a lot. I think he's a sweetheart.
Mhm.
I think she's a nag. I'm sorry, girl. I try to be on your side a little bit, but you nag too much. You need to
I don't
stop.
like him. Yes,
Uh,
FM. The parents do make money. It's anybody who goes, but not as much. They probably, I don't know. They
yeah,
probably get,
that's true. That's
yeah.
true. FYI, I did not make a dime to be on this show. Okay,
Mhm.
nothing. I got free toilet paper though, and it came from an Asian market.
Right. That's because we had the toilet paper. That was your payment. You couldn't get toilet paper anywhere else. You
I
got
know.
that was your payment, was toilet paper at the time.
I got free
People would rather
toilet
take
paper,
toilet
man.
paper.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Already went
Rather have
toilet
toilet
paper.
paper than having cash in hand, because
Oh, I can always tell who catches my attention when I come through here and start looking at how many pictures I have of one couple. And let me tell you, most of them are of Shaida and Bilal. And I really, literally wanted to jump in my screen this week and just smack the crap out of him.
And
Okay,
you're
you know what?
too
Let's
busy
get
to
this
do it.
couple over with because they
All
had
right.
like a whole 5 minutes or something.
I don't.
They're
So
boring.
she's a drinker. He doesn't like it. He's a cutie from DR. I
It
don't
looks
know
about 18, maybe.
Yeah, that looks about 18. I don't understand this couple at all. And it seems like they're together because of, like, did they meet at a club in DR and she brought him over?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
even remember where they met. Yeah, Natalie, actually, I think you should probably watch this season, but I will say it starts off slow, but I think it gets a little more interesting. And if it's not, well, I'm sorry, then I just lied.
Natalie, you're going to want to punch them all in the face. All
Look
of them.
at this one where it says, "Hey, I want to go back home."
Right.
He's like, "I don't even want to be here." Look at his face, though.
Oh my God. He's like, yep. He's like, I want to go home. And she's like, once the party gets started, I like to talk to people. And this poor guy, like, he's so they seem like they're so opposite. And he seems like
he's a cutie. I think he's very cute. He's very,
and he's like the homebody and doesn't want to party and doesn't want to drink. And this one,
I can't get over that screen grab. Is cracking.
I know, that was a perfect screen grab. Perfect.
And the only thing that the poor guy has asked for since he got here was a laptop, a computer of his own. And she's like, "It's okay, you can use mine." He goes, "No, I need to have my own computer." She's like, "Why? We didn't save up the kind of money for that." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
What?
Natalie says she's gonna try it.
Okay, yeah. Give it a try, Natalie. Give it a try.
Natalie, you're going to be annoyed. I will tell you that, especially this episode. I was just like, I can't. Yeah,
the
this
poor
one
kid
apparently
just wants a laptop, and
she likes to drink, and he doesn't really care for it, and that's about all they got.
Yep.
So like out of them, I didn't get much out of them at all for this episode.
Yeah, I'm not really into their storyline.
Oh, and then we have Michael Jackson sound alike. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right? Mr. Bidet.
God. Oh my God.
Okay, y'all. Oh, no, he didn't. Okay.
Oh my God.
She goes, "I was trying to do something nice for the man I love." Okay, y'all. In case you don't know, the man that she loves, this is Eve. Okay, the man she loves is Muhammad, and he is 25, and he's from I forgot where. I don't care. And he needs a bidet because his booty needs to be nice and clean after he goes poo. Okay, it's a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, he's too stupid to figure out how to put the damn thing on the toilet. So what does she do? She hires somebody,
to come in and
plumber,
put it on.
to come in and install the bidet. And what does he say to her? But you know, babe, you can't be here alone with another man while he's in. Okay, y'all, he had a fit because there was a man in the house working on something in the house, and she was in close proximity, like what, 6 feet, 7 feet?
Right.
And he was like, where I come from. Oh my God, he sounds like Michael Jackson. It makes me sick. She goes, "Where am I supposed to go? This is my house." I think this is literally what she said right here. Oh, this is where he says a man and woman cannot be alone. Doesn't matter where they're at. Doesn't matter what he's doing. And she's like, excuse me, but if this man is in here working on my house, like, where am I supposed to go?
Right.
And that's when he tells her, you should be like outside.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me tell you
Oh.
something, Mr. Mohammed.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
25 from wherever the hell you're from. No.
Okay. Okay.
My ass
Yeah.
ain't gonna wait outside. It's New Mexico. It's probably not that cool.
Yeah.
And he walks over and he goes, honey, yeah, you can't be hanging out in here if there's another man in the house.
Did
You
you see
can't
the
be with
plumber?
him
The look in his
alone.
face. The plumber was like,
I know the plumber said his nose stuck up at him. Like, dude, what? You need to go back where you came from because you're gonna be trouble.
yeah. Okay. First off, okay. So they already, like, from the last week issues that that I watched. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's already having an issue that she's out making money and she's
Yep.
doing stuff and he's home, watching her kid,
Which I have a little bit of a problem with. I'll be honest.
Cooking for himself. Like, God forbid he had to make his own egg.
I know, but what do y'all think about the fact that he is staying with her child? And if y'all will recall, Eve is the one that has the special needs child.
Yes.
He's autistic and he has kidney disease. And he has to have something changed every 3 hours. Okay, this guy can't even cook eggs on a stove without whining. What makes you think that he can, like, truly take care of a special needs child that she's been working on for years to try to take care of? How is he going to just jump into that position and do that?
Yeah, I was a little confused by that too, because
I would never let him.
Clearly she had somebody to watch him and take care of him when she would be going to work before. Why would she work when
she doesn't want to pay for that now because she's got him as an extra cost?
Yeah, well,
I'm kind of not buying it. I think there's a caregiver somewhere, because that would be like me just handing over my kiddo while she's going through treatment and saying, you know what, here you go, take care of my kid while I go off to work or do whatever. And oh, by the way, she has specific instructions that you have to do, like flush her line and give her meds and this and that.
Yeah.
No. This is the guy that bitched because she did not get up on his first day there, and she didn't cook breakfast for him because she had to get up and go to work.
Yeah. What? This is going to be a lot of issues. And, and the thing too is, like, she's older. She's kind of set in her ways. Let's just face it, girl. You got yourself a boy toy, and your boy toy actually thinks that he's in this relationship as your fiance. Like, he does not realize that he is the boy toy.
Did you notice, though, recently that there were pictures taken of her celebrating her birthday with her girlfriends, and there's no Mohammed in sight, and buddy, she is drinking. So it makes me wonder.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I really think that this one. Hey, you know what? I give it to her. You're an older woman. You were like, screw this. I could hire help, or I could get myself a boy toy. I'm just going to go ahead and get on Tinder.
He sounds like somebody is kicking him in the balls consistently, though, because that the high pitched, like, tiny little voice and comes out of this big old man. I'm like, dude, talk like a man. You sound like.
Yeah.
I honest to God, when I hear him, I close my eyes. I'm like, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. That's
all I hear is Michael Jackson.
It's just Michael Jackson. That's all it is.
I don't know if they're going to make it or not. Okay, so this next couple.
I
got words to say. Okay, this one. We got introduced to them. So just so you know, we're on episode 3 right now, Raquel. And they weren't even, Patrick wasn't even introduced until episode 2, I think.
Yeah, the brother.
And there's Thais, who just got here from Brazil. Okay. And then, as you figured out, Patrick's brother John lives with them. They have a nice house.
They do.
And he didn't seem very happy about the fact that Thais is coming to move in with his brother. Okay.
Right.
However, he was nice. Gave her flowers. there's a little puppy there for her. Like, woo, look at the little puppy, it's so cute. And he's trying to make the best of it. But it seems that John might have a little bit of a drinking problem.
You think?
I'm sorry, dude, but when you're putting down the beers before breakfast, you got a problem. He goes, what? I can't like drink on my day off? Well, not in the morning.
Not in the morning. Yeah.
That's not really acceptable.
I also think he has a little bit of the problem of having the hots for his brother's girlfriend.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yes.
I get the same feeling. I think he's like, whoa. Do you think that, and I also, not only does he drink, I think he might partake in a little bit of the green stuff.
Right.
Which I don't care about. Whatever. Do what you want to do. But this guy has never been sober once. I've seen him several times on the show, just in the last 2 episodes. And both the episodes, he is like stoned or drunk every time.
Yeah.
Now,
this is going to be a problem because
it's going to be a real problem. Because see, look what he's saying right here. Yeah, don't let her tell you what you got to cook. Like, excuse me?
Right.
Because Patrick wanted to cook breakfast for his woman because that's her first day there. And see, that's how that works. See how the man wanted to cook breakfast for the woman because she came here. I get it. And he's like, don't let her tell you what to cook. And remember, he was cooking a steak. Do you recall that?
I do. Yes. Yeah.
His drunk ass dropped it on the floor. Did you see him drop it on the floor?
Yeah, and he's like 5-second rule. Well, he didn't say 5-second rule. I thought 5-second rule, to be honest with you. I think 5-second rule. 5-second rule.
I kind of did too, because I would imagine the floors look very clean to me.
Right.
On top of the fact that like food is expensive, so I mean you could have easily just like kind of flicked whatever off of it and put it back on the stove for a minute.
Yeah. 5-second rule, 100%.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good. No. So they decided they're going to do a little family outing together, and they're going to go play this little mini golf. And see, he says to be kumbaya. He wants everybody to get along. Actually, towards the end of their segment on this episode, I felt bad for John. I have to admit, this made me feel bad. This little part right here where. Oh, well, not this part, because he's saying F no and F you and whatnot. Right. But remember, they talked, and, my pictures are all out of whack again. So they talked they were playing, mini golf. And he's like, well, I know how we grew up in a home that was, kind of dysfunctional, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, well, I didn't grow up in the greatest of atmospheres either. I mean, not everybody grew up in a happy home. That doesn't mean that you can act like he is acting right now. Okay.
Right.
That's just my thought on it.
I agree. I mean, he definitely, yeah. I think he's going to get hammered and he's going to hit on his brother's girlfriend, fiance. And that's going to be a storyline, and he's going to end up, it's going to tear everybody apart, and he's going to end up having to leave the house.
He's very arrogant. I'll put it that way.
Yes.
He's extremely arrogant. He's from Boston. I don't care. It's not. I'm not hating on Bostonians. Don't come at me. But his attitude needs to be knocked down a few notches because it's bad. Yeah, it's really bad.
Really bad. Right. I mean, he can sit there and he was never on board with her coming and moving in anyway.
No, he wasn't.
So,
not at all. Oh, speaking of bad attitudes, talk about a good segue here. I feel like everybody's trying to be fake. Okay, Miss Blackfish, you need to stop. Okay?
Coming from the girl who looks like she's plastic.
Yeah, Miana, just so y'all know, is not African American. She's not black. However,
I thought she was Latina.
She's part Serbian and part something else. I don't know what she is, but she's not black at all. But she intentionally does things like her hair, and I think she tans and whatnot to make herself look darker. because that is what Debris likes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So people are calling her a blackfisher instead of a catfisher. They're calling her a blackfisher. Y'all don't. I'm not being racist over
Right.
here.
Yeah,
Don't
I
come at
know.
me. But she is
Huh.
portraying herself in a way that it's not really her. Okay. However, the way that she dresses, that is her.
Yeah. So
The
I'm
ass hanging
surprised.
out, the boobs hanging out. She likes that kind of stuff.
I'm surprised because his mom is a very strong woman, and
Yes,
that
she is.
is, from what I understand, is that when you're trying to portray yourself as an African American, like that is really like the African American community is not that's not something that they embrace, right?
No,
So
no,
I'm
like
just surprised that, because I didn't know this until you told me, because like I said, I hadn't really been catching up watching the show for the first couple of episodes, but I'm surprised that his mom is not like,
SM.
what are you doing?
Yeah, because well, maybe
Yeah.
she doesn't know because I'm telling you, Miona really plays. She tries to really make herself look like she is,
Right. Right.
with the African American community, and she's
Right.
not.
Right.
So she is literally being called the blackfish, and I've never heard blackfish in my entire life.
I've
Y'all have never
never
heard
heard
the
that either.
word. I've just
Right.
seen it being thrown around. Now this is the
Right.
mother, okay?
Yes.
And I really like her.
Love this mom.
I know that people have difference of opinions on, well, maybe she's a little bit too involved. However, I feel like she's being very sensitive to this girl's needs. She was trying to show her how to wash her clothes, not tell her specifically what to wear. But in this little city that they live in, and you could tell it was a small town, she doesn't want her to stick out like a sore thumb. But excuse me, honey, have you looked at your son? He's got
All right.
pink hair, tattoos, wears a hat, and dresses like an idiot. So
You can go ahead, Susie, and be as politically correct as you would like to be. Mama does not want her son walking around with a girl who looks like a hoe.
Exactly.
That's all it is. I mean,
exactly.
And I understood what she was saying of, look, I get that this is the style of clothes that you like to wear. I'll be damned if you're going to wear that stuff in this house in front of my boyfriend.
Exactly.
Don't go hoeing.
Well, that was her husband, even though.
Or her husband. Don't go
hoeing.
That's
her husband.
In my home. Like, my husband doesn't need to eat his
don't have your boobs hanging out of your shirt while my hubby is here. Like, don't do it.
Right.
I don't blame her. I really don't.
Yeah. I would not.
Plus, she really was trying to teach her, like, hey, here, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, right. I mean, the American culture is much different here. And the way that people are looked at, and the way that people are, like, I mean, it is. It's a reflection on them. It's a reflection on your family. It's a reflection on her son. She is just trying to tell her, please, you got to dress a little bit more modest.
Right.
This is just not, you're not in New York. You're not in Atlanta. You're not in LA.
But look at what Miss Miona had to say. She goes, well, that's just one more reason for us not to be here, which she has been looking and searching for a reason not to be there to begin with. She made that clear from day one that she did not plan on staying there. And I will just let y'all know right now, they are somewhere out here because Swirl Cactus, which I happen to know, I live in Arizona. They're only in certain areas. Okay. And they posted a picture of the two of them in front of a Swirl Cactus. And I'm like, that's interesting. They're definitely in Arizona, and they're definitely somewhere out in this area. Because even when you go up north here, when you start driving up north, those Swirl Cactus disappear. Like, they're gone. They're only in they're only in the Sonoran part of the desert. They're not in California. Somebody said, oh no, they're in California. I said, that cactus is not in California. Sorry. Now, I learned a few facts about living out in Arizona, and they were definitely here. I don't know if they live here, but they're definitely out west.
So then what you need to do is you need to get that $30 a month subscription for tires and start driving around and looking for these people. because they're going to stick out. That's for damn sure. They're just going to stick out.
You know what's funny is I saw recently, you did see that Jabri supposedly sold those stupid pants that he ripped for what was it, $28,000, but it was in NFT funds, which I'm not really sure what that is. I think it's some sort of like Bitcoin or something.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But they showed having a big old huge wad of cash in their hand, and I'm like, that's not how that works, but okay.
Yeah.
But and I honestly don't think that they sold those pants for that at all. I'm not even gonna lie. I think it was a big hoax. I don't think it happened.
Yeah.
And this boy right here, look at that face. That's a face that make it. I'd have to slap him.
Oh, I think that he is adorable.
Oh, you think he's adorable?
I think he's adorable.
Do you?
I do. I think he's adorable, but I think that he's misguided, and I think he needs to get away from this girl.
No, this girl is trouble. Well, see, he's spoiled though, because see, he's specifically saying right here, this is not how I expected this to go.
Right.
Well, no, it's not, because you expected that your mama and daddy were going to take care of you while you could hang out there in the house for a hot minute, make some money, save your bucks, and then go live in California or wherever you're. Because she wants to go where it's warm. She's made that very clear.
Right. But Arizona is warm.
Right. And that's that. I know that they're out here. I can tell by their Instagrams because I follow them.
Oh, so but the parents live in California. Where are the parents?
No, the parents live in South Dakota.
Oh, so they've moved. They've already moved. They've made.
Yeah, I bet they didn't stay in that house even a month. Remember how he was saying, well, maybe we could stay for like a month or something, or maybe she said that. I think it might have been her, but I don't even think they stayed for a month, honestly.
She's like, I need to be able to wear my hoochie pants around the house, so we need to move. We need to move.
And here's the problem: is that he brought that to her attention because they were talking about it right here. She goes, that she doesn't doesn't want her walking around in the house like that, and the mom's going, but Miona's not telling this to me. She's not relaying the information to me. She's not communicating. Right. So how would the mom know that she got offended? You know what I mean? How's she supposed to know? Read your mind?
Again,
I'm not a mind reader.
Politically correct. It doesn't matter, honey, if you were offended.
She does not want your boobs hanging out of her house, period.
This is her home. If my son brought home a girl who dressed in revealing clothing, I would say to my son, either you're going to say something to her so that when she comes to this house, she has modest clothes on, or and I'm not saying you can't wear a tight t-shirt or you can't wear tight jeans or you can't wear shorter shorts. But if you come looking and your boobs are hanging out, I'm going to say to you, hey, listen, not in this house. We don't
as unfortunate as it is too. And I've noticed it.
No Angel 22.
Right. I'm not gay or anything like that. Okay. But I have noticed that when I walk up on somebody and they are wearing clothing where everything is hanging out, my eyes automatically go to that area. I'm not looking at their face, and it's not because I'm attracted to their boobs. It's because that's all I can see.
Yes. And coming from somebody who had a breast reduction and had extremely large boobs when she was growing up.
Wait, you did?
Women, huh?
Who did that?
Who did what?
Who had a breast reduction?
I did. I had a breast reduction.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, when I was, my boobs were huge. I had.
Oh, so you were like Ella.
Yes, they were big.
Like
I had a
tiny
little waist. I had a tiny little waist. I had a nice butt, and then I had these humongous boobs. And
you set drinks and food and stuff.
I could set drinks. I could store everything in it. I didn't have to carry a purse. And the one thing that for me, I grew up horrified because when I would go to the beach, it was so uncomfortable because it wasn't only, of course, for me, I was like, oh, look, but then you realize, and maybe it was just me, I didn't care for the attention. Gotcha. But what I really didn't like is when I started realizing that the older gross men are also looking.
Oh.
And that really,
and the older you get too, that causes a lot of back problems for
Well,
women.
that's why I got it done. That's
As a
why I
matter of
had the
fact, I
breast
had a friend of
reduction.
mine from high school that had to have that done. She had to have a
Yeah.
reduction done, and she felt so much better.
Oh my God, it's been fabulous. My husband says that it was false advertising that I was going to get rid of them. He's like,
Dude,
I would have never bought into this if I would have known you were going to get rid of them.
I reeled you in with these, but
I'm going to cut them off. Cut them off.
You thought you were getting the big fish, but you're getting a little fish.
Yeah. I'm like, but look, honey, you got 21-year-old boobs. And he's like, but I like the really big ones. They were huge. You'd get out of tickets and get us free drinks.
Oh my God, I can't. That is really funny. I like that.
Yeah. But honey, I can buy my shirts now.
Her friend had a reduction as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my friend. She was literally having back pain. I mean, and
I was young. I was close to starting to get the divots in my shoulders from my bra strap, from the weight of. I've
never had that problem, man. I've always been pretty small. So no worries. No worries. As a matter of fact, for the longest time, I lived in this apartment complex, and one of the boys there would say, he'd go, "Are your mosquito bites any bigger today?" And I'm like, what are you talking about?
What's that? That's horrible.
I mean, because I weighed like 90 pounds soaking wet, and I'm thinking, do you really think that my boobs are going to get any bigger right now? Like, I'm stick thin. Like, they're probably not going to happen. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Did your penis go from your 6 inches back down to 3?
Did anything on your body happen to grow overnight?
Probably not.
How's about that? If I would have been thinking, but I was quiet. I was like a little mouse back then. I know y'all find that hard to believe.
So you needed me back then.
I did. I was a very quiet person. I'll be honest. I did not speak my mind until I left my marriage. Right. When I left that dude, man, I haven't shut up since. So I'm sorry.
So much to say.
So much. I have all those years to make up for that.
You need to find that guy and you need to ask him about his penis size, because I'm telling you, I'm sure it still hasn't grown.
I'm not sure I want to find that guy. I didn't like him then. I won't like him now. I am sure.
Oh my God.
Okay, we have one last couple.
Oh Lord. So much to say about these guys.
I'm telling you, thank goodness I did not throw anything at the new TV because I was tempted. Now, I like this Shaida, and that's how I pronounce her name, because he says Sheeta, but I don't know. Oh, hello, Nevi. Hello. Hi, ladies. Don't know what we are talking about. Oh, we're talking about 90 days. Well, earlier we were talking about racing and flat tires. So you just
missed boobs.
Yeah, and boobs. You can go back and you can catch all kinds of weird shit we were talking about.
We were talking about boobs.
Yeah, we have a whole mishmash going on here, Nevi. But welcome. So yes, I like Sheeta. I think she is a sweetheart, and I think that he is horrible. Like, Bilal is the biggest gaslighting SOB I have ever seen in my life. And that's saying a lot.
Feel like it's shallow meets shallow. Shallow meets shallow. The shallow. Yep. They're both so shallow.
But don't you think that she's got a little more substance than he does, though?
Remember,
maybe.
I've only watched an episode and a half, remember? So I haven't watched this from the beginning to really get a good read on her.
Well, honey, let me tell you something. He got mad at her because she was pranking him a little bit with the whole little tap on the head.
Yeah.
He pranked her with a whole ass ugly house, one that he grew up in, and ain't nobody lived in 15 years. Yeah. I was just like, you did what? And then, then he the next day shows her that, oh no, here's the actual house we're going to live in, honey, the really nice one. I thought that was tacky. I thought it was uncalled for. He was trying to figure out, well, are you here just for my money and blah, blah, blah. Well, no, but you can tell by looking at her that she likes nice things. It's not, you have to be blind not to figure that out.
Right.
Oh, Angel, you don't like this couple?
I do not like them either. I
try to like her.
Right. You know who I like? His ex-wife.
Yes,
That's
his
what
ex-wife is very sweet.
I like his
Very,
ex-wife.
she's very sweet, very kind.
Mm-hmm.
However, you got to admit though, this car scene was weird. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he does lecture her. I'm
All the time.
seeing now, and I'm sorry, but Bilal, take those anal beads off your damn car, okay? Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't like looking at those. I know that's not what they are, okay? I know that's not what they are, but when you're being recorded and stuff, like that's just not something that needs to happen, okay? I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying, Bilal, get rid of
Mm-hmm.
them. Um, but remember, she tapped him on the head. There was a whole
Mm-hmm.
situation here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's all, keep your hands to yourself. Like, wait, what? He acted
Yeah.
like he tried to beat him up.
I always have to think back when I watch this couple to the conversation that he had with his ex-wife. And his ex-wife was
Exactly, Nebby.
trying to be very, I think, diplomatic and respectful to him because it was on camera. But she was like, "You are OCD. You're controlling." He's clearly a narcissist. There's zero. I mean, 100%. And because that's what a narcissist does. Let me take you to this
Exactly.
crappy house. Let me pick
Episode
you up in a
episode three,
van.
Nebby. Episode
Huh?
three on this one.
Yeah.
Nebby was asking which episode. Yeah, we're in
Yeah.
three.
So, like, it just the things that he has done. I mean, and I know I'm starting to see from her yes, like she was talking about how he lectures her. She's like, it's a constant lecture.
Mm-hmm.
I came to America thinking that I would have a voice, and I don't.
He's
And
suppressing her voice. He's pushing it
yes,
down.
yes.
See, because right here he says, watch your tone because I can literally pull over right now. And he
Mm-hmm.
did. For
Mm-hmm.
those of you who did not see that, he pulled his ass over on the side of the road with
Mm-hmm.
this girl in the car and even told her, you can call an Uber and figure out how to get where you need to go.
And you know what I would have done?
I would have said,
I would have gotten out of the car.
I damn sure would have too. I'd have been like,
Mm-hmm.
fine. I would have been like, fine, drop me off.
The way that he treated her they were at what, the mosque, I think is where, I don't, because I'm not really sure. I know that they're Muslim, but
They were going to something called Juma.
Okay, so they were going to Juma,
Mm-hmm.
and the way that he shunned her and embarrassed her when it was supposed to be the moment of where he was going and introducing her to the family,
Right.
should show her, like, that right there would have been the sign of me going, I need to start making plans now to get back home.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Look at him. Everything he says. She's doing this as a joke. It's not a joke. I don't play. Like everything that he says about her,
Mm-hmm.
honest to God, makes me cringe.
Yeah.
Oh, oops. Sorry. It makes me
Yeah.
cringe. I have a lot more pictures. Well, yeah, I have a few more,
Mm-hmm.
not many. But I can see now why he's divorced from his ex-wife.
Oh, absolutely.
She's smart. Like, girl, I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
you got away from that. And did you hear how he addressed her when he walked up to her? He goes, "Oh, hey, sister girl," or something like that. How's it going?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. Who addresses their ex like that? I definitely don't walk up to my ex and go, "Hey, brother, dude, how's it going?"
Yeah, it's like he was trying to, like, create this illusion of, like, they're so tight and they're so close, and yeah, they are because he got kids, but I have a feeling if they didn't have kids, she would be like, I don't want anything to do with it.
Well, let me tell you something. The reason they're close is because she left him. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Here actually is here she is. Look how similar the names are, Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Shaida is the new one, and Shahida is his ex-wife. Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting.
Because up here it says, so Shahida, this is Shaida. Like, whoa, hello.
Yeah.
Look how pretty she is. She's very pretty. I actually think they're both pretty. I'll be honest. I think she's very pretty. Not many people can pull off one of those jihad or whatever they're called. Girl, if I had that thing on me, I would look like a damn fool.
Yeah. Nope, Jahida, call your sister. I know you were talking to her earlier. Tell her get money together to get me on a plane to get home,
Yep,
because this is not what you had envisioned. You know,
exactly.
all the
Well,
red flags that you had when you were talking to him on the phone before, realize in person, it is 25 times worse.
oh, girl, there were so many red flags. There was like a
Mhm.
minefield full of red flags. And see, even here, she's going, look, I'm thinking it's the next lecture. Like, she already knows that his
Yeah.
personality. And unfortunately, I hate to tell you this, I heard that they actually did get married. So
Oh,
man, I did not want to hear that.
yeah.
See, right here where she says, I feel as if I've stepped inside of Bilal's world. She
Hmm.
didn't step into a world where she feels like she can be herself. She
Hmm.
just walked right into his world, and by
Hmm.
gosh, he's going to tell you how to live it.
Yes.
He is going to tell you how to live your life. And I thought, oh, this is what really got me. Let's see. So yeah, here's where he's telling her, I'm pretty upset at you right now. Like, for what? She didn't do
Yeah.
anything.
That's telling her, don't think that this is over. Be prepared when we
Oh
get
yeah.
home.
Yeah, because later we're going to talk about this girl, sister
Right.
girl.
Right.
So he drops her off. She goes into the house. After Juma, she goes into the house, and I didn't take any pictures of her. Dang, this girl's like really, really, uh, man, she's got that whole yoga thing down.
Hmm.
She's very, what's the word I'm looking?
Flexible.
Flexible.
Yeah.
Like, she's more than flexible. I used to could do that a long time ago. So he finally makes it back home, and they're having a conversation outside
Hmm.
about, remember, they're supposed to go on a date.
Hmm.
They had a date planned. But he says,
Hmm.
I was just playing with you, about to, I don't know what he's talking about to wreck or something like that. Anyways, he tells her, well, I know we're supposed to go on a date, but I don't feel like it anymore.
Hmm.
Who does that?
Narcissists.
And even though he didn't say, we're not going on the date, because she goes, well, you just said now we're not going on the date. He goes, no, I said I didn't feel like going on the date. Well, speak up, because clearly you don't want to go on a date with this girl because you're mad at her.
Right.
She feels it, and that's why she says right here, I feel like I'm being punished.
Hmm.
Oh, I can't with this guy. Let me tell you
Because he
that.
is, because he's a narcissist, and that's what they
Yeah,
do.
she is being punished.
Yeah.
Like,
She.
forget the date
Right.
night, because I'm pouting and I'm going to act like a jerk,
Hmm.
and that's how I'm going to treat you.
Yeah. Now I do not.
I have an
I.
issue. I have an issue with this guy.
I'm sad to hear that they got married. I
Me
really wish
too.
that she would have like gotten on a plane. But also again, we don't know
I
in
agree, Angel.
reality how he really is. This might be a big thing for the show. He's the
Man, but
bad
if
guy.
it is though,
You
no,
know,
because he's kind of come off that way from day one, so it
yeah.
makes me think that,
Hmm.
and he's not that great of an actor.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, you know, he's no Amber Heard. I mean, come on, we know she's a great actress, but I mean, he just doesn't have it. He
Right.
doesn't have that kind of talent, so
Right.
he's got to be a narcissistic butthole.
Yeah. I,
Woo! I
you
got
know,
deep into the Amber Heard stuff today. Ah!
yeah, I didn't watch any of it. I
I
was
was
busy at
in
work,
that
but
rabbit hole big time today. Big time. Oh my god, I have so much to talk about with that. Woo!
oh god. Yeah, I gotta go and I have to watch like the cliff notes from what happened today so I can get a good sense of. I mean,
Yes.
she's clearly I can't imagine that she is going to be victorious in any in this at all. Um,
I wonder how long they'll last.
what do you mean?
Oh, you're talking about Amber.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
I thought you were.
That's right. I did
Yeah,
actually sort of change the subject there, didn't I?
yeah.
Oh
I
my gosh. If she comes out of this smelling like a rose, I'll be shocked.
No, she's not.
Shocked.
She's not. But it is funny because things. What appears in court and what appears to the public, it really comes up to when the jury goes in there. She is a
Yeah.
female. It is a majority male jury. I think that there's like what 3 females.
But even the females that you see that are online right now are all rooting for him.
No, but I'm saying that in the jury, like,
Yeah.
so the ones that are going to
I
deliberate.
thought the jury was primarily male.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Yeah,
but
okay.
but again, that what I'm saying is, I know that everybody's going, oh, the jury hates her. Oh, da, da, da. She's a crying female,
That's
and
true.
that is the reason why I'm going to just tell you. I know that there was a lot of why is it all men? That's they should be more women. No, the defense wanted men because she's attractive, she's crying, she's acting like the victim,
Oh, that explains why when she goes, yes.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that is the reason why she's been
She
looking
is straight
at the
up
jury.
staring those men down.
That is the reason why she is looking at them when she answers questions. All she needs is one person, one man on that jury to sit there and go, God, but
that's all it
I
takes.
don't know. It only takes one. It only takes one. That is exactly what the defense was banking on. That's what they're hoping for.
But I think he has won at least some of his reputation back, no matter what.
100%.
Maybe even all of it. Maybe even all of it. You know what I mean? Because it has been shown. Yeah, it's been shown time and time again that this isn't that who she's portraying him as is not who he is.
Right. And the reality is, so it is a defamation of character.
Right.
At this point, so the reason why he actually went through with this and actually, why there's a lawsuit, Johnny Depp could give 2 shits if he wins this.
Yeah, he doesn't want the money.
He don't know what he wants to do. He doesn't want to be blacklisted.
He just wants to clear his name.
Yeah, because he's been blacklisted. He has been blacklisted by Hollywood. Mm-hmm. We are now starting to see where all of her endorsements now are being pulled. Disney has already said that they've already pulled. She will not be in Fantastic Four. She's not coming back. So now it is all turned now to what was happening to him and where he was losing roles and projects were getting pulled. Now, I don't know if you heard that the big question came about Disney. Like, if Disney came begging for you to come back, would you go back? He said, absolutely not. They didn't believe me then. I would never go work with them again. So that means no more.
They lost out. They lost out on it. But you know what? Dior never turned their back on him.
Never. To
this day, I have a freaking flyer in my mail from Ulta today. And Dior is right smack a whole page of Johnny Depp right there.
Dior was like, I don't care because I don't believe it. I mean, she has the reputation of being a cuckoo anyway. So, I mean, I'm sure that there were a lot of it will be interesting to see, because I think that with TMZ, I think that the judge actually, I don't know if you were watching today, maybe you could tell me, did they win the battle of not having to reveal who provided them with the tape that they wanted?
They did not have to reveal because they actually weren't sure.
Right. Well, yeah.
But I was surprised that they even allowed them to bring the TMZ situation in there at all.
Well, because if you do
that was last minute.
Right. Well, if you do a motion, that it has to go in front of the judge. Yeah. You don't have a choice. But it's freedom of the press. You don't have to reveal your sources unless it's like a matter of like national security or something like that.
But the TMZ guy gave a lot of really good information as to how they get the type of information that they do get.
The TMZ guy is a lawyer. At the end of TMZ, and he goes, I'm a lawyer. It's because he's a lawyer. He started out as a lawyer.
Well, Harvey Levin is who you're thinking of, right? Yeah, he is a lawyer. But the guy that came on the stand today, he's not a lawyer.
I have to go back and look because there's 3 attorneys.
He actually doesn't even work for TMZ anymore. The guy that was on the stand today is no longer with
I have to go back and I have to look.
I mean, he was even saying, he goes, look, me even being here right now can get me in trouble with my ex-employer.
Yes,
he does do something very similar. But he does not. He has no affiliation with TMZ anymore. He was
Yeah.
like, I can actually get in trouble for doing this.
Yeah, because he's got a confidentiality agreement with them.
Yeah.
And all their
That's why I think he wasn't able to give out like who gave the information.
Well, so I'm going to tell you, here's the trick with confidentiality agreements. Every confidentiality agreement has a provision that you cannot disclose confidential information except when it comes to litigation.
Oh.
So they're every confidentiality, well, all good confidentiality agreements. Any professional confidentiality agreements will always have a clause.
SM, he did say he worked behind the scenes. You're right.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He did work.
Yeah, there's 3 attorneys that actually, it was Harvey, the one I can't remember his name, but he was always on TMZ. It's a guy, he's got gray hair.
I know who you're talking about. And I have not watched TMZ in ages.
Right.
So long.
Right. Yeah, I can't believe that Harvey got his start on People's Court. Like how, I mean, this is just
and look at him now.
And look at him now. I mean, and he still practices law.
I'm telling you, this week is going to be something. I think we should have discussion about it afterwards.
Oh, I think so.
Because today, I mean, I was girl. I had to take my daughter to an appointment. I had the ear thing in. I'm like, can't stop listening. Can't stop.
Can't stop listening. Can't stop listening. Can't stop listening.
I gotta listen. Yeah. I was like, nope, gotta listen.
Yeah.
And so I have to say, Johnny Depp, thank you for putting me to sleep earlier today because I woke up really early and I was listening. And then
you were
the
listening
next thing
to
I know, he comes on and I'm like,
because he's so soothing. It's because that is the character that he is portraying for court.
Exactly.
That is the character that he is portraying for court. Is that he's very monotone, very laid back.
He has a very relaxing voice,
right? But that is also that's playing into the trial.
He could be the new. Oh my God, who's the guy that does the voice? You know what I'm talking about? The one that does the voice for like movies and documentaries and
the movie guy,
Sam. Oh my gosh, no, he's an African American man, older man.
Oh,
you know who I'm thinking of?
Yes, I do.
He's got the voice.
I wish my hubby was here. He's not.
I can see.
I know who you're talking about, though. I do. I actually see his face.
I can't think of his name to save my life.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
That's it, Morgan Freeman.
SM got it.
Thank you. SM got it.
You win a basket. She wins a basket.
He could be the next Morgan Freeman because his voice is very it's intriguing.
Right.
Like you want to hear what he has to say next.
That's a big thing, though, is that especially when you're being accused of being an aggressive person, they will, in your trial prep, they will prep you to speak slow, monotone, take the breaths. You don't want to get yourself excited. You don't want them to push the buttons. When they say the question.
He got a little flustered today.
Yeah.
He did get a little flustered.
Right.
But Lord have mercy. Did you see the face? Girl, when you go back and look at the faces that she makes today. Because I was like, you are smirking, honey. Like you should not be smirking right now.
She should not be smirking.
Because those people are watching you. They're watching you closely. And when you're over there like, Yeah, no, that's not going to go well.
Yeah, remember, it only takes one man on that jury for him to be like,
probably the one that stares at her ass when she gets up and walks to the freaking.
I mean, and they're not gonna, you're really not gonna know until they get into that room if they take the and it's not even if they feel like she's guilty or not guilty. It's going to be of, do they believe that she really defamed him? And this, I feel like this whole trial has been more of like divorce.
Well, and since there's a countersuing going on, doesn't there have to be like a little bit of a question of, do they really think that she had some sort of abuse from him?
Yes.
Doesn't that have to go both ways?
It does have. Well, yes. If she's countersuing him, that means that yes. So they're kind of arguing both sides of it.
Right.
So you're getting more of like the relationship type of stuff that's in there. But I feel like I'm watching more of a divorce proceeding. And like who's going to get the cat than I am watching like defamation because and this is, again, I haven't watched, I'm not binge watching it like everybody else. It's just
I didn't really start until recently, and I'll tell
know.
you what, I watched Law and Crime, that Law and Crime channel, which, by the way, Addie is a big deal on there.
Yeah.
Girl, they get up in the millions chatting on there. Really
Right.
good. They get over 1 million in that chat. I'm like, oh my gosh, like 1 million people in this chat.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, when it's when you, it's being able to go someplace and, the perception of what legal is, and how people come up with their own sort of what is legal and what isn't legal. But when you go to one of those channels, a lot of people are going to watch it because they actually tell you honestly, like, this is, like, people are not thinking that it is only going to take one man. Nobody's thinking that the reason why they stack the jury with men is so that she looks like the victim, and we're hoping.
I don't know why that never entered my mind.
I have not found, and when you think about it, I have not found not one female who has said that Johnny Depp, boy, what a douche. If that jury was stacked with women, I mean, I'm sure that the 4 women would have gotten up and said, we could just stop right here. He's in his favor. She's guilty.
He's all good.
He's good. They would have been looking at him and saying, got you, don't worry.
That's interesting. Damn,
Yeah.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah. So that's the whole reason. They probably were really disappointed even when they had the 3 women.
And we have to wait till after Memorial Day to find out the actual how that's all going to turn out. Like,
yeah, this is going to be
Wednesday,
lifetime movies.
So we have tomorrow. Then she only has 1 hour. She has 1 hour left.
Yeah. When they just to let you know, so when you go into scheduling, you have to meet with the judge and his clerk before the trial. And you have it's a scheduling meeting, and you tell the judge, this is how many hours I'm going to need to be able to present my case.
Right.
And then that is how, because you can't go, like the jury, when the jury reported for jury duty, they had to tell people, if you get picked for this jury, like if you go to jury duty, they'll tell you this is an afternoon trial. If you go and you go to jury duty and you get called, they'll tell you, this is going to be a 2-week trial. That's because the attorneys have already gone in, met with the judge, met with the clerk, told them how much time they're going to need, because really, quite honestly, you can't go to you and say, Susie, you've been picked for jury duty, and by the way, you're going to be in trial for 4 months or 6 months or 8 months.
I think that they gave them a max of 6 weeks, but I knew that there was a time limit, like hourly. Yes. They had so many hours per person.
They have only so many hours per person. Right. Because they only have so many hours per day too.
He has several. Yeah, they only have 8 hours per day. But he has several more hours left than she does. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I'm anxious to see how this whole thing is going to turn out, because I can't.
Well, and they will end up, and you've got to figure too that you have closing arguments that goes into the time that you have.
That's gonna be their biggest.
The closing argument.
They've really got to nail that closing argument.
Yeah.
That's the last thing they're going to remember before they go and make that decision.
Yeah. Yeah. It is really tough when you've got these trials that take a really long time, because you do kind of forget what was told. But in a case like this, and a lot of people don't know this, but as a juror, you can ask for the transcripts. So if something happened, if you're in court and it's like 3 weeks ago, the jury can actually ask for the transcripts for that day. And the court, they will give them like the recordings. They can ask for all of the evidence in the jury room. They can go over depositions that were provided prior, affidavits that were provided. So they have access to all of that, so that they can know that. Yes. It's not like you just sit there and you listen and then you can't. Well, I will tell you this. Ask questions too.
The guy that came in today, who was like the expert on like the metadata and some other data, forgot what it was. that has to do with like photos. You know how you can look at a photo and you can tell like
If it's been altered.
like where it originated or if it's been altered or
Mhm.
and there almost every photo she has started here, but it's over here now. And it's very clear that something has been done with these photos. And I'm just like, ooh, that's not looking good for you.
So did they end up getting an expert witness to say that their expert witness was wrong?
I haven't heard that part yet because I
Okay.
had to miss part of it today because I
Right.
had some
Yeah.
stuff going on. But now I'm going to have to go back into it and check it
Mhm.
out because
Right.
the parts I missed.
And then not only that too, but the witness lists have to be given prior to court.
Yeah, but
So
there's been witnesses added though
yeah,
because
and they have
like
to
the
go in
Kate
front of the
Moss
judge.
thing that was just brought up at the last minute. A
Mhm.
couple of others were brought up at the last minute
Mhm.
because something that happened during the trial. I'm guessing that's what
Well,
happened.
so let me just tell you, they don't just go and put witnesses. There's not like, aha, we have a surprise witness. They
Right.
were actually most likely already on the witness list. They were probably just not called. So you
Gotcha.
have a list of people that you have spoken with, and that would be potential witnesses. And then you're
Right.
supposed to go to the court and say, here are the witnesses that are going to be testifying, because you have to give the defense and the prosecution an opportunity to look at that witness list and go, ooh, they've got a metadata expert. I need to make sure that I have my expert lined up, because if you don't know what
someone to ask, is he actually
yes,
qualified to? Yeah,
yes, somebody who's
that makes
qualified.
sense.
So it
You
could
know
very
what?
well be that
I
these
don't
are.
think they did though, Raquel. As a matter of fact, I know they didn't. He was asked questions by her lawyers,
Mhm.
and they are the ones that said, "Okay, he seems qualified to be
Mhm.
this expert,"
Mhm.
which
It's
is
because
interesting.
it's probably because they had people review. They had their own experts come in and look at the
Oh yeah,
photos
they probably looked at it and said, "Oh, these have been
and
touched up, girl."
say, "Yeah, I can't
Mhm.
testify," and on her
Add a
behalf.
little saturation here, add a little
Yeah,
clarity here, and all of a sudden
yeah,
that little tiny bruise looks really big.
yeah, yeah.
I'm a photographer. Are you kidding me? Like I don't know
Oh,
how to
you
make
know
stuff.
all that stuff, right?
I can make stuff disappear or appear just out of nowhere. Poof,
Right. No,
it
poof.
can
Yeah.
happen.
No, yeah.
I'm anxious though. It's like girl, you know if I'm getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to listen, I'm
Mhm.
committed.
You are committed.
That's
You are
commitment
committed.
because y'all
Yeah.
don't know me very well, but I like my sleep. So I like
You're
my
totally
sleep.
committed if you're getting up at 6 a.m. And I still cannot believe that I'm like right around the corner from his hotel in the
Dang
courtroom.
it,
And I still haven't
Raquel.
went to go
Get
start
your
it.
butt over there and go get me a picture
I
of.
mean, yeah, because when he comes out of the courtroom, when he comes out of the
Yeah,
courthouse,
he's always
waves,
really nice. He's
there's
waving
people
to
that line
everybody.
up. He's in the car. Somebody had a sign the other day. He actually stopped the car to go and take a picture with this fan that had this.
Aww.
He is loving the fans, because everybody,
The fans are
there's
loving
not
him.
one Amber Heard fan out there going, yay, Amber. None of them. Actually, they would probably get their ass whooped if they were. There wasn't.
Do
The
you
Johnny
know
Depp
that
fans
you
like
know that there's
outweigh
a
them.
new movement because of her called hashtag Me Poo.
I don't know what. Oh, the poop. Oh, the pooing on the
The
bed.
poo. Remember the poop in the
Poo.
bed? Me Poo.
Yes. Me
Yeah.
poo.
Like,
Me poo.
girl, come on. Why did you have to do that?
Oh my
Why?
god. Oh my
I don't
god.
get it. All right, I have to let you go. I know it's late there. Thank you
Yes.
though for coming on and chat with me about the
It
90
was
days
great. It was
and the
great.
racing and the tires and the
Yes.
bras and the boobs and the man. We covered everything.
Everything. We
This
covered
is
it
the
all.
everything show right here. I'm gonna put on
Everything. Right.
90 day, and everything else.
That's what you need to do. You got a 90-day Johnny Depp, hashtag 90-day, hashtag Johnny Depp, hashtag boobs.
Hashtag boobs.
Hashtag
Hashtag racing.
hashtag racing. Catch it all. So anybody.
All right, girl. I appreciate you coming up, and we always have
Yep.
fun together. So I love when I have you on. But we'll be chatting again soon. Bye, everybody.
Yay,
Thank you. Don't forget
bye.
to like.